Dive. We're here to get you informed, fast on the big shifts happening. Today, we're looking at something really changing how things get built, especially in a place like India that's growing so quickly. We're talking pre-engineered steel buildings, PEBs. We've got a great CRISIL report guiding us here.
Okay, so let's unpack this. What exactly are these pre-engineered buildings? I mean, simply put, they're steel structures, right? Made in factories, then assembled on site.
Exactly. They're fabricated under controlled conditions, which is key. Then shipped and bolted together.
And the appeal is pretty immediate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speed, cost, even environmental points.
Absolutely. Those are the big headlines.
Right.
And what's really fascinating looking at this report is how perfectly PEBs fit with where India is economically right now. I mean, the macro picture is strong. GDP growth averaged, 5.7% a year between FY12 and 23?
That's solid, sustained growth.
Right, and projected 7.6% for FY24. I mean, that makes it one of the fastest growing large economies globally.
So the economy's booming, and it needs infrastructure to match. That's where things like the National Infrastructure Pipeline, the NIP, come in.
Ah, yes, the big government push.
A huge push. We're talking a projected 111 trillion investment, that scale. Well, it demands faster construction methods.
So traditional buildings just can't keep up.
It struggles with that kind of speed and scale. PEBs become, almost essential. Like a critical tool, really.
That makes sense. The combination, the strong economy plus the government drive creates this ideal environment. But practically speaking, where are we seeing these PEBs making the biggest difference? Why are companies choosing them?
Well, one huge area highlighted in the report is warehousing. A massive boom there.
Driven by?
A couple of things. GST implementation changed logistics patterns, and of course the e-commerce explosion.
Right, everyone's ordering online.
Exactly. So businesses need these big modern warehouses. Think hub and spoke models.
And PEBs are good for those large structures.
Perfect for them. We're seeing sizes like 100,000, even 200,000 square feet. And PEBs deliver those open spans efficiently.
Okay, so warehousing is a prime example. But let's talk more about those core advantages: speed, cost.
Right. So the speed factor is pretty dramatic. Construction can be 40–50% faster than traditional methods.
Like RCC, reinforced concrete.
Yes, compared to the standard pour and cure concrete process, almost half the time. Think about that project acceleration.
That's huge. And manpower.
Also less. About 25% fewer workers needed on site. Again, faster and often safer.
And the cost savings, the report mentioned.
Yeah, for structures like sheds and warehouses, it can be 15–35% cheaper.
It's significant.
And even more striking for certain designs, like for a 20-meter clear span structure that's a wide open space, no columns, vital for warehousing. PEBs can be up to 50% cheaper than even conventional steel buildings.
Wow, half the cost. And you mentioned sustainability earlier.
Yes, minimal waste generated on the site because it's mostly assembly. The steel itself, highly recyclable, waste plus.
It really does sound like a game changer, especially for these big logistics projects. Faster, cheaper, less hassle on site. So, given all this, and the fact that PEBs are still relatively new in the grand scheme, what's the potential here? How big could this get?
The potential is immense. The report points out that pre-engineered construction only has about between 3–5% penetration in India's overall construction sector right now.
Only 3–5%? That's tiny.
Tiny. So the room for growth is just enormous. But, of course, there are hurdles, challenges to navigate.
Like what?
Well, the market structure itself, it's quite fragmented. You have many unorganized players holding maybe 55–60% of market share.
And that impacts quality, consistency.
It can, yes. Ensuring uniform quality standards across the board is a challenge with that kind of fragmentation.
Right. What else?
Steel prices. The industry relies heavily on steel, obviously, and those prices can be volatile. Think global events, geopolitics.
Right. Price shocks are a risk.
Definitely. And finally, skilled labor. You need workers with specific technical know-how for pay assembly. It's not quite the same as traditional building. That workforce needs to grow.
Got it. So huge potential, but challenges around market structure, price volatility, and skills. Still, it seems clear that PEBs aren't just a niche product. They're really becoming part of how India builds its future factories, warehouses, infrastructure.
It's a fundamental shift, driven by that confluence of economic growth, government initiatives, and the inherent benefits of the technology itself.
It really feels like a pivotal moment for construction there. So, thinking ahead, considering India's huge infrastructure ambitions and just how efficient PEBs seem to be, how much further can this go? How much more can this approach reshape rapid sustainable development in India?